Crypt Custodian is a charming Metroidvania that was developed by Thompson in 2024. It's top-down, so quite unique for the genre, and in my opinion, it's in general very good and a very relaxed Metroidvania. Your character is a cat named Pluto, who is a cat who basically dies, and then he's banished from the afterlife because, well, you broke a statue in the first room. So that's a shame. And in the game, basically, you'll defeat bosses and then make new friends, combine them to defeat the final boss. The game took me about 13 hours, or 12 to 13 hours to get 100% completion. That's not for all achievements, because for all achievements you also have to do the boss rush mode pretty well. So the world of Crypt Custodian is basically very interconnected, and it's completely open as well. And I actually think they do the interconnectivity pretty well. Often you'll have to find yourself, exploring completely new paths that you've never been on before, and you can sort of just get lost in the world, and things do end up looping back around. But you can teleport between each of the different nodes that you encounter. And as usual in these Metroidvanias, in different areas you will encounter abilities which can allow you to unlock other areas via backtracking and things. And luckily, unlike the trap other Metroidvanias fall into, a lot of the abilities here do rework themselves into combat, like dashing and things, so I do think that is a good element, that they have a dual purpose. Now, one of my favorite aspects of the game is in fact the atmosphere. So the atmosphere, which is contributed to by the art style, is actually very well done here. It's relaxed and it's quite calming. It kind of reminds me of Hyperlight Drifter or Tuning in a way. The music itself, especially the boss music and things, does get repetitive for sure, but in general, the actual feel and vibe of the game is very nice, and if you're a fan of games like Tunic, you'll like this. Now, the combat in general is actually very fun and pretty satisfying, and I do like the sort of charm system that they have. You can get... It's not really too much about combining them, because you have so much freedom to equip as many as you want, really. So you can make some... towards the end, the charms they really build up. The combat overall is quite simple though, and it's not too challenging. You'll be able to get through everything just fine, no matter who you are. However, there are some difficult-ish parts that you still have to think during the combat, which is a good thing. It's just not overly difficult. Now, other than the slightly boring music the game has, one other criticism of the game I have are the sort of puzzles that the game makes you do. And along with this, sort of the theming of each of the areas. So basically, issue number 1, all of the areas are very distinct from one another, but too distinct, and they sort of feel random in how they're themed. Like you have a forest area, then it's like connected to this random bedroom sort of area, and it just seems very odd. There's not really much of a gradual transition there like there should be. And along with that, the sort of puzzles that they have in each area, so each area has a unique type of puzzle, like maybe it's platforms that switch on and off when you're dashing, or maybe it's like, I don't know, hitting a lever. A lot of them feel very ordinary and sort of random, and they're basically they're just like a bunch of random puzzle mechanics thrown together, pretty much. So not as much creativity as I would expect there. And also there was one area which was like a devil park, where the puzzle mechanic was just flipping on a switch and then everything works, and that's not really much, but that was one area. So overall, I really like Crypt Custodian. I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10. Yeah, it's just very enjoyable and very calming to play, so if you're looking for more of a toned down Metroidvania, this is the one to go for. Thompson, definitely has a lot of experience with this. He's made another game, Islets, which I haven't played, but apparently that's very good. So go check this out on Steam. I can't wait to see what this guy does next.